So our refuges are safe, confidential addresses where someone who is experiencing domestic abuse, where it might not be safe for them to stay in their own property, would flee their property and come and live with us temporarily, ultimately to try and get their own property in a safe location that the perpetrator would be unaware of. When a client comes to Refuge, we'll do a lot of safety planning. So to begin with, we'll do a lot of safety planning. So we'll support them with their safety over the internet, so location, making sure that's switched off. We've got some support planning that we do around social media and safe use of social media, and we'll do risk assessments in terms of if they still want to have contact with that perpetrator for childcare reasons, or if they want to go and visit their family and friends in the area that they've fled. We do a lot of safety planning, including use of code words or safe numbers, high risk rooms, that sort of thing. So we've got 3 properties, 3 women's properties, 1 male refuge. Each property is very different. So all of our properties are named after women who've made a difference in the organisation. So we've got Beryl House, Shirley House and Celia House. And then we've got our male refuge. So Celia House is a 6-bed property. It's a detached property. It's got loads and loads of communal areas. So you've got a kitchen, a dining room, a separate living room, and all of the rooms are a good size for large families. So our biggest room can fit a woman and 4 children and a baby as well, so potentially up to 5 children if the baby was sleeping in a cot. And our smallest room in Celia House fits 1 person. Celia House is entirely communal, so it's communal living room, kitchen, garden, dining room, and also shared bathroom facilities. So we have 2 bathrooms, but we actually have 5 toilets, and it's a 6-bedroom property. Beryl House is purpose-built for disabled clients. So it's an 8-bedroom refuge. Again, they have to share the living room, kitchen and dining room and the garden, but everybody has their own ensuite bathrooms. We've got 2 ground floor rooms that were specifically built with wet rooms in them for disabled clients, or if we have any wheelchair users. So the doorways are purposely widened to fit wheelchairs. The kitchen, the hobs actually extend higher and lower depending on somebody's disability, and also the sink does the same. And then Shirley House is our newest building. We opened it in 2013. That is for more complex clients, so it's not really purpose built for families. So it's slightly smaller bedrooms. Everybody has their own ensuite bathrooms, but again, with the other properties, it's shared facilities. So each refuge has got a residence computer that they share between the people who live there. So there's a maximum of 8 people. So Shirley House and Beryl House both have 8 families. Celia House has 6 families. And there's 1 computer per house, and they share it, and that's the only access they've got to the internet. More for a safety reason, because we can control what sites the children go on, and we can also monitor what sites the adults are using in terms of universal credits, safety reasons for social media, and also to get around people not using FaceTime and webcams and things like that for the confidentiality of the other service users. Yeah, they can have their own phones. We don't take their own phones away from them. All we ask is that we could just do a quick check over their phone to make sure there's no spyware on there, to make sure their location's switched off. We give it back to them immediately, and we say that they can FaceTime relatives, but we just ask for them to do it in the comfort of their own room, and to make sure that there's no notice boards or signs behind them that might tell their family members which location that they're in. Purely because we have had situations in the past where the perpetrators put pressure on the family members to tell them where the victim is, and we've had to move them as a result. So we're not overly strict, it's not a prison. They absolutely can have access to social media on their phone. They can absolutely have access to their FaceTime and WhatsApp, Snapchat, any other app that they want, so long as they do it in a safe way, and the staff are there to support them to do it in a safe way.